Hi Pisces, here's a general look at your solar chart for December 2011, and may I wish you a Merry Christmas. It's a very sociable time, which is not a surprise given the festive season, but also it's a time when you will be more aware of your master plan, your life direction, how you want it to be in the future, your goals, your ambitions, this kind of thing. And it's a bit like that every year at this time, really, because that's where the sun is. But you will be more aware, of these things, and discussions, correspondence, paperwork, ideas, networking, doing this kind of thing as well, which is all about Mercury stuff, is going to be very much centered around all of that, the master plan, life direction, goals, ambitions, and that's going to be maybe you getting into an enterprise of some kind or furthering one, and you thinking about presentation, you thinking about image, the career, and so on. Also bureaucracy probably, and authority figures, maybe possibly one of the parents could be a feature here. And you may feel that your ideas are being tested or questioned or confirmed, or maybe it's a little bit of all three, by certain feedback or the powers that be, and you'll care more about what others are thinking of what you are contributing, or what your presentation is like, or your public persona. And you'll be more inclined to take a lot more on your shoulders. Maybe your head, will be kind of going around with all of this stuff. And just wanting to be more serious about making progress and communicating in the most creative and accurate and honest way that you can, so as to make a good impression, and so that things don't come back to bite you further down the line. As I say, it's a very sociable time, and that would be because this Venus is in a very sociable area, to do with you gathering together with groups of people, probably in a bit of a party sort of vein. That's up until the 21st, meaning that you're going to get oodles of support. You're going to be making new friends, new contacts, acquaintances, as well, but also there's the old friendships there. Or potential is there for you to be making new contacts and friendships. It's a good area of flow for you. At least you'll be mixing and mingling a lot anyway. And so, as I say, could be new contacts, old connections, groups, and also networking groups, communities over the wires, clubs, societies, and all likely to facilitate pretty positive experiences, some of which may be lucrative in some way for you, at least provide you with material resources that you need. Now, the sun in this rather sort of grown-up, kind of career-orientated area to do with goals and ambitions, I touched on that you might be having to deal with authority figures, bureaucracy, more, and some of you having more interaction with a parent or a boss, and you may be getting frustrated every now and again by certain restrictions, or maybe red tape, or it could be that way, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. Mars is in your close relationship sector, meaning that this is going to be extremely dynamic part of your chart for several months, because Mars is going to be there until past mid 2012. So you'll have plenty of time to get used to all of this meeting and greeting, and this lots of interaction one-to-one. Definitely making new friends. Some of you, that special person could be coming into your life, or maybe they've arrived there already, and it would be a very dynamic time with a special person in your life. Also on the level of business as well, collaborations can be productive and energetic. You can find that you and someone can really do business together, as long as you understand, of course, each other's needs and requirements, and sit down every now and again, keeping communication lines open and having a heart-to-heart talk, because otherwise resentments or, you know, maybe bad feelings can kind of build up. So teaming up with another is going to be advisable, and going it alone is not going to be advisable, because this other's contribution or knowledge can be invaluable to you. That's not just this month, as I say, it's for several months. There may be, because Mars is a bit feisty, there may be a need for you to soften your tone, or in fact for the other to soften their tone, whoever this is in a one-to-one, on a one-to-one basis. Or, you know, if you're used to not being much of a go-getter, then be more assertive with certain people now. If you have been a little bit over the top, then kind of just, you know, step back a little bit, because the thing with Mars is it can create conflicts, and you don't want to have that, because then that's going to block and stop everything. Also strive to not let somebody else's energy or agenda tire you out. You know, that can also be, or make you feel as though you're outside of your comfort zone in some way. That can also be a way it works. And like I said earlier, really another way it can work is that you meet someone, or maybe you've already met them, and that you and that person just click. Absolutely, and you can just do so much together. You can have such a lot of fun together. You can be very successful together. Mercury is going to stay retrograde until mid-month, which might mean all of that, you know, discussion and correspondence and paperwork regarding goals and ambitions and life direction may need a little bit of rethinking, a little bit of tweaking. You may feel delayed, held up, frustrated because certain things aren't in place. But when Mercury goes direct, you will see how to move forwards more confidently and more smoothly, I think. From the 22nd, it's a progressive phase when friendships and group efforts are going to kind of be center stage and even more highlighted. And on the 10th, there's a total solar eclipse, and that's happening in Gemini, which is one of your fellow mutable signs. So that will be quite strong for you, and it's likely to mean that is heralding fresh beginnings for you at home. With family, your place on the map, where you're anchored externally, internally, and it can also mean that you have to juggle things, because the foundations of our life have to be secure and settled, so that we can use that as a launch pad or a springboard out into the world and do well. So you might find you're having to sort of tweak and juggle things between those two areas there. However, this is not a negative or adverse energy at all. It just opens the way for turning over a new leaf and making a fresh start with things in these areas here for several months to come. Now then, every month I speak about the outer planets, the slower moving planets from Jupiter to Pluto. If you like to leave this video now, you can, and just go to my website and read about it. I'm just going to skip through them here. Jupiter has been and is opening new doors for you, and allowing fresh influences into your mind. Really, you've been learning an awful lot, being on a terrific learning curve, connecting with lots of new people, feeling enlightened, hopefully at times, getting the bigger picture, and that's going to be until next June. Jupiter is going to really show you how a different Jupiter is in Taurus, and it's going to show you how maybe different cultures perceive things, is going to help you to learn how to get your head around stuff that allow you to be more creatively self-expressive. So you're able to figure out, how to work communication equipment and get your head around, programs and the like, anything in media, beating the drum with communications or through communications. The main thing to remember is that you should, keep your ears and eyes peeled, listen to what's new on the block, definitely listen to feedback, learn from it, source your information wisely and honestly, and develop skills with speaking, writing, and also your intuitive skills and any other form of self-expression. Also, this puts a very positive light on siblings, brothers and sisters, or soul brothers and sisters as well. Now, Saturn's in another long transit, will be transiting an area which keeps you tied to a degree to somebody else's control. At least they don't have overall control, but neither do you. So it's a kind of a reciprocal arrangement where both of you, in a way, have got to kind of contribute your share. But it means that, I suppose, every now and again you feel a little bit under the thumb, as it were. So the best thing to do is just to create an area in your life where it's totally under, your own control, and that'll make you feel more in control. Also, this is it could be meaning that you slowly getting deeper insight into the occult, the mysteries, secrets, the other side, or into your own emotional patterning, or into other people's emotional patterning as well. And you digging and delving and getting to the bottom line and coming to a point of realization and more wisdom about yourself and about what makes others tick. And also you really coming to a conclusion about what is most worthwhile for you in your life at the moment. Uranus is gradually changing the way you earn your money over the next many years, nearly 7 years now. Look into the alternative or unconventional areas, because Uranus likes that. That's Uranus's style. And anything anything like I'm doing here, it resonates very well with that. It doesn't resonate very well with a sort of a plodding kind of conformist approach at all. It really doesn't. You could find that the apple cart gets upset if you're attempting to go that route. And if you do go that route, then try to use as much within it, technique-wise or method-wise, which is maybe right at the cutting edge in some way, or use some sort of mental device, mental practice, which is right at the cutting edge in some way, and then you meet the criteria of Uranus, and that should be fine. But it can, every now and again, give reversals as far as finances are concerned, which, of course, if you've been a bit down and out, could be very good news for you, because it'll put you on the top side instead of the bottom side, at the bottom of the pile. And it can be very sudden and come like a bolt from the blue. Believe you me, that is the way it can work. However, if you're working on manifesting things, you'll know why it worked that way. You Pisceans born in just the very first day, or with the first degree or two of Pisces rising, are likely to feel this influence mostly this month. Neptune, your ruling planet, has rolled back into the end of Aquarius, so you early Pisceans will be feeling it. I mean, literally the first day, probably feeling that the most, but it will just be emphasizing all your Piscean traits, and just know that where it is at the moment, there's invisible hands working in the background to help you, but also you might be working in the background to help others as well. And this is a very good time for some self-nurture too, Pisces. And drawing that line in the sand. and saying, okay, this is me time now, because if you're not working properly, then you can't work properly for anybody else. Now, over many years, Pisces is quietly evolving your consciousness through group involvements and networking, again, blogs, forums, working over the internet, but also other groups and clubs, and through friendships. And some friendships will just die and just be gone, and others will come in and replace the old ones, and you're learning to be a cog in the wheel and a team player. And you Pisceans born 24th of February to the 28th, will be between 5 to 9 degrees of Pisces rising, are likely to be feeling the influence of Pluto most strongly this month. Pluto is very powerful, so you might find that something you've created or something you're involved in has a powerful effect on a collective, so just be aware of that and use that power compassionately and wisely. Well, that's it for December. If you know your rising sign and your moon sign, then listen to that too. It might make some sense to you. See if it does. And I wish you a happy time over the Christmas holidays, and I'll see you the next time.